Hey, what's up? Postal268 here, and I know it's been a long time since I've done a video, but I figured I would come to you today explaining. Well, had a lot going on, and recently I've been diagnosed with carpal tunnel, so I've been doing a lot of research on how I could play games without agitating it. As you see, I've got wrist braces, so my first idea. Ooh, let me unplug this. Was I took, if you've seen my video where I was doing a review on my Razer Death Adder mouse from 2006, I decided to take it. I soldered the cable and an internal component and fixed it, got it working again. So more time that this thing will be working, but I sawed off the back of it so that I could comfortably hold it without, that getting in the way. And that's all right and everything, but I just hadn't really been improving a whole lot, even though I cut down a lot on how much I gamed or anything, and I just seemed like if I got on the computer even for just a few minutes, it was just bothering me. I couldn't understand why until I found someone suggested to me vertical mice. So I'll be reviewing this today. I've just gotten it, so it's supposed to help. It's, let's see, where is it? Right here. So this shows a diagram of the bones in your arm. As you can see, when you have your hand horizontal, the bones do like a scissor type of action over the carpal tunnel, which is a tube that just has all the nerves and everything. Think of it kind of like all your monitors have a bunch of wires, and just so you have all the wires to your computer at one spot. And then your desk just pinched it until the cables broke. That's essentially what you're doing, according to these things, when you're sitting at a desk with your arms horizontal. So this is supposed to keep your hand in a vertical position to help with that. So it's not really a review, it's an unboxing, and I'll give a review later. So I already cut the box. I guess I can go over the specs on it. This is the best one I could find. I did a lot of research, and even the Logitech vertical mouse, they don't keep your hand in a complete 90-degree angle. And really, none of them do, but this one was the closest I could find to a 90-degree angle out there. So I'm hoping that this will be the best for the arm positioning. I am upset that it is an optical mouse. I've been using Razer mice for 13 years with infrared lasers. So I'm not really sure on a performance scale how well it's going to, do against the Razer mouse. But, let's see here. It has your standard left click, right click, scroll wheel, and forward and backward buttons. I mean, every mouse should have that these days. Has a detachable palm rest, and I got the wired version with blue lighting. I don't really think there's anything else I can go over on the outside of the box. They don't have any, non-anti-sweat removable palm rest design. It doesn't look like they have any, real laser specs or anything. I'm not even sure how much DPI the optical laser is. No, it's underneath the Amazon label. So, I already cut the box before I start the video. Here we go. So, first thing you see is that the removable palm rest is not in any packaging. It's not a, braided cable, but neither is my old 2006 Razer mouse, so braided cables might not be all, that much use. Or, they might not make that big of a difference, as long as it's a good high quality cable. So, first impressions, it's very, I might take this wrist brace off, but I like the feel of the finish. It's very nice. And that's pretty comfortable in your hand. I was thinking that this would be really awkward, but honestly, here, I'll put this down, I suppose. Empty bottle. Honestly, this is pretty darn comfortable. It doesn't feel awkward in the least. I don't think there's gonna be a whole lot of, like, for me personally, I don't think this will take a long time to get used to. Like this, I mean, maybe when I'm in a game or something in a real heat of battle, it might throw me off having my hand in a complete different orientation. But I don't see this as, like, right off the bat, just grabbing it. I'm not offended. Like, this feels really nice. And honestly, it doesn't bother my arm as much. I've gotten to the point, even having my hand like this feels kind of bothersome. So this feels nice. It might feel a little better once I'm not holding a camera and sitting in a weird angle, but all right. Let me get this puppy plugged in. All right. And it's supposed to also come with some software so that you can, I guess, make the keys do different things, kind of like the Razer software. And let me take a look at the direction, or the user manual. Let's see, you can download the software at the link below. I guess I'll put that in the description. Nothing really to the... Oh, they got directions on how to assign a macro, so that's nice. Software comes with a macro. HID compliant device successfully installed. Hey, there we go. Wow, actually that is very different. I would like to restart later, please. That is definitely... Okay, my first impression was that this wouldn't be any different, but man, that's very strange. I mean, it's not offensive, but that will take some getting used to. But I do like this over the Logitech design, because I noticed that their front and back buttons were like really high up, and this one is, as you can see here, these forward and backward buttons are really easy to get to. Doesn't look like it's lighting up though. I might need the software to do that. So it says here I have to restart the computer. I'm gonna go ahead and end the video and get that going. Alright, so my computer is restarted now, and I realized I was actually kind of dumb. On the bottom of the mouse is the switch for the lights. So there's also a button over here that has 3 different sensitivity settings. And for some reason I thought the website said 4, but there only seems to be 3. This was pretty easy to get on. Not sure how to get it off. Oh, there we go. It looks like you just set it in here, push it forward, snap it in, and pull it backwards to take it off. I guess I'm gonna leave mine on for now. This mouse seems like the shape of it, I could use it with my wrist brace still on for a little while. Oh. I'm gonna go into the software. The link I tried, which first off, it sucked that their link had like equal signs, and I mean it was just tedious to type out, and then once you typed it out, it didn't go anywhere. So I had to just go to their official website and look up the product and get the driver that way. And I'll instead of putting the link in the manual, I will put a link to the product page on their website as of right now. But this is the software that it comes with to use. Looks pretty straightforward, nothing super fancy. Change what buttons do. This is a click button. Change the speed, tracking, scrolling, double click. Nothing super fancy. It's just macros. Obviously they're not going to have RGB control since mine's only blue. The main reason I went with blue is because from what I read online about the one that does the spectrum of colors, it did not seem like you could select just a single color. It looked like just an on-off single light selection. But I could have been wrong. Either way, I just wanted blue anyways, because most of my stuff is already blue. I don't have chroma. But it looks like you have all your basic macros here, combo keys. So yeah, overall, I'm getting kind of more used to moving it around this way, and I would say this seems pretty good. I've not run a game with it yet, but If you are worried about carpal tunnel, have it, or think you're developing it, I would definitely suggest getting this because this just feels a lot more comfortable. I mean, I'm already able to use my mouse a lot more than normal. So, and the website specs claim that the DPI is actually higher than my 2006 Death Adder. If I'm not mistaken, the 2006 Death Adder was around 1600 or 1800 DPI, and this is a max of 4000, or so it says. I know that the Death Adders now they can do like 10,000 DPI, but I mean, as long as the DPI is higher than what I had before, it's an upgrade.
So, final conclusion on the mouse after using it for several days. In the beginning, I had a lot of trouble with the tracking. It was god awful. If you try to use, basically, on the software tool, if you turn the tracking all the way up, it will be terribly horrible. What I suggest is in the software, turn the tracking really, really low, and then use the DPI button on the actual mouse itself, turn it up to the highest sensitivity, and then just lower it down as needed with software. Because if you use the medium or low DPI settings, the tracking for fine motion is terrible. I didn't personally. I didn't like this very much. It is comfortable. It's nice to have it on there, but I, for some reason, personally have just like a huge issue with accuracy when aiming in a game. If I have that on there, I have to have my hand physically on the mouse pad, feeling the movement. Like I'm not holding it exactly proper, and even when I do, I still like let my pinky sort of hang down on the table so that I can feel the table, and that really improves my accuracy. But other than that, I really like the design of the mouse. It is comfortable. I've been able to use it for a couple days now without wearing my wrist braces, and I'm not being bothered near as much by my carpal tunnel as like a normal mouse. Like I said, I'd gotten to the point where I couldn't really use a normal mouse, but this I can use it pretty well, and I don't have an arm gel thingy to rest my arm on the table. So if you want a cheap idea, a pair of socks. I just throw a pair of socks down and lay my arm on that. It's nice and soft. But yeah, with a pair of socks and this mouse, I mean, I gamed for hours yesterday, and my hand is just fine today. So I would, I don't know what I would rate it. Like 3 out of 5. It's really good for the shape, but the hardware inside is a bit lacking. But with some tweaking for your own personal preference, you can get it. I'm kind of dissatisfied with, like, it's set so low just to make sure that it's that the mouse is smooth, that I have to like pick up the mouse to scroll over to the sides of I have triple monitor, so that might not be a problem for everybody, but it's just, it's not a Razer mouse. I was thinking about taking it apart and putting my old Razer mouse inside of it. Just infrared lasers are so much better, but I mean, actually, not even for the money. I've picked up a Death Adder for $25. It's a good mouse. If you're wanting it for my same reason as me, for your arm, it's a good mouse. Not the best in the world for gaming, but it's doable. It works. It's the best you're gonna find. I'd say this is probably the best for the money to performance you're gonna get with a vertical mouse. There's not a whole lot of options. I didn't find any infrared laser mice. From what I read and saw in reviews, I don't think the Logitech mouse is like $100 is really going to be much better. Not to mention the design of the mouse itself is nowhere comparable to the design of this one. This is amazing in your hand. Like once you get used to it as well, like I really don't even notice that I'm using the vertical mouse. It's only been a few days. So I'll give them props. The design is amazing, but the hardware is extremely cheap. 3 out of 5.
And this has been Postal 268. Thanks for watching.